Jai Hind everyone. I am Vijay Lakshmi Jaswal, your SST teacher, and I welcome to all of you in my SST class students. Students, today I am going to explain new chapter in civics. So everybody take out your social invention book. Okay students? Students, everybody open page number 165. Okay? Today I will explain first chapter of civics. Chapter name is Indian Constitution. Means भारतीय संविधान. Okay students, so in this chapter we will study about our constitution. So let's start the chapter now. Most countries in the world have a constitution. The constitution serves several purposes. First, it lays out certain ideals that form the basis of the kind of country that we as citizens aspire to live in. A constitution tells us what the fundamental nature of our society is. A country made up of different communities of people who share certain beliefs but may not necessarily agree on all issues. A constitution helps us serve as a set of rules and principles that all persons in a country can agree upon as the basis of the way in which they want the country to be governed. This includes not only the type of government but also an agreement on certain ideals that they all believe the countries should uphold. The second important purpose of a constitution is to define the nature of a country's political system. For example, Nepal's earlier constitution stated that the country was to be ruled by the king and his council of ministers. In countries that have adopted a democratic form of government or policy, the constitution plays a crucial role in laying out certain important guidelines that govern decision making within these societies. So students, constitution is very important for any country because it clears our all social, political, every type of rule, what we have to do, in what condition, what we have to do, which type of role of government and which type of role have to play our courts. Everything is mentioned in our constitution. That's why constitution is very important for a country. Okay students, constitution and laws. The constitution is a set of basic laws and rules for establishing the machinery of the government of any country or state. It contains clear provisions which define and determine the relations between the different institutions and jurisdictions of the government, the executive, the legislative and the judiciary, the central, state and the local governments. The constitution provides for a proper political system with clearly defined spheres of authority between the union and the constituent states. India also has its own written constitution. The Constitution of India is the fundamental law of the land. The governmental institutions owe their origin to the constitution and derive their authority from it. These institutions discharge their responsibilities as per the provisions of the Constitution. The validity of a law, whether enacted by the union or state government, is judged with reference to their respective jurisdictions as defined in the Constitution. The judiciary in India has the supreme authority to declare a law unconstitutional if the law is found to have violated any provision of the Constitution. The Constitution of India represents of the collective will of the people of India. It describes the way and method by which this power endowed on the state. So student, it is very clear to all of you, our constitution tell us everything about citizen, which type of rules and duties they have to follow, and which type of work is our government, executive, legislature and judiciary they have to play for govern a country. everything is clearly mentioned in constitution. Okay students, which is to be exercised for the collective good of the people. The Indian Constitution is a fundamental legal document which determines India's form of government, the powers and the limitations of its organs, defines the basic right of the citizens and is superior to all other law of the country. The constitution of any country is the source of power and authority of a government and is the mother law of the country. यानी कि सब चीज़ सारे रूल से बड़ा हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है, जो कि पूरे कंट्री के लिए बना हुआ है कि हमारे सिटीजन्स को, हमारी गवर्नमेंट को किस तरह से शासन करना है, सिटीजन्स की क्या ड्यूटी है. Everything is defined in our constitution. That's why it is very important. Next one topic is ideals of the Indian Constitution. So first is fundamental rights. यानी कि हमारे fundamental rights क्या है. The preamble to the Constitution contains the main ideals and the objectives that the nation supposed to achieve. The preamble declares India a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. All these ideals have been incorporated in our constitution and became basis of our fundamental rights. The constitution provides for the 6 fundamental rights. तो बच्चों, हमारे संविधान के प्रियम्बल यानी कि संविधान की उद्देशिका फर्स्ट पेज पर ही हमारे संविधान के पूरे आइडल्स को मेंशन किया गया है, जिसमें कि एकदम क्लियरली मेंशन किया गया है. इंडिया यू हैव टू लर्न, इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दिस टर्म्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू. सोवरीन, सोशलिस्ट, सेक्युलर, डेमोक्रेटिक रिपब्लिक. ओके, these are main ideals of our constitution that is based on all law. So next is laws and dissent. Laws are those set of rules according to which any country is governed. ये तो हम सभी जानते हैं कि लॉ के अकॉर्डिंग ही किसी भी कंट्री को हम लोग चला सकते हैं. Our government has made so many laws in various fields to maintain order in the society and safeguard the interest of the people. Dissent or difference of opinion is the essence of democracy. It means strong disagreement or dissatisfaction with established ideas or views of the ruling group. In a democracy, no one can complain that he was not a chance to be heard. Democratic governments recognize and protect civil liberties such as freedom of speech, assembly and religion. Dictatorship works on the principle that all dissenting voices have to be silenced and people are ordered to follow without questioning. So students, हमारे संविधान के अकॉर्डिंग ही जो हमारे सभी सिटीजन्स को फंडामेंटल राइट्स प्रोवाइड किए गए, जिसके थ्रू हमें हर तरह की लिबर्टी, हर तरह की आज़ादी दी गई है, फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच, असेंबली, रिलीजन. बट अगर डिक्टेटरशिप सिद्धांत अगर कार्य करने लगेगा तो उसमें हमें कोई क्वेश्चनिंग करने का मौका नहीं दिया जाएगा और हमें हमारी सरकार जो भी करेगी, नैतिक, अनैतिक, एथिकल और अनएथिकल, वी हैव टू फॉलो. Given below are the 2 examples of the law of dissent, one practiced before independence and another after the independence. Let's study about them. So first we will study salt satyagraha. Salt satyagraha was launched by Mahatma Gandhi during the freedom struggle in 1930 under civil disobedience movement. On 12th March 1930, Mahatma Gandhi began the historic Dandi March from the Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi, a small coastal village in Gujarat. He reached Dandi with his 79 followers on 5th April, and the next day Gandhiji violated the salt law by picking up a handful of salt left by the sea waves. Mahatma Gandhi's salt satyagraha against the salt laws was a symbol to disobey the unjust government laws which had established British monopoly on salt making. So students, तो ये सॉल्ट सत्याग्रह भी उसी तरह के एक डिक्टेटरशिप वाले लॉ का एग्जाम्पल है, जिसके विरुद्ध महात्मा गांधी ने आवाज़ उठाई और स्वयं नमक बनाया। एंटी लीकर एजिटेशन ड्यूरिंग फ्रीडम मूवमेंट महात्मा गांधी हैड कॉल्ड फॉर ए बैन on the sale of all kinds of liquors, but even after India's independence, preparing and selling liquor is still continuing in different parts of the country, and the state anti-liquor agitation has been started by the common people to stop the sale of liquor. Now the common people and especially the women folk have demanded complete ban on it. Students, शराब विरोधी आंदोलन, इसके अकॉर्डिंग गांधी जी ने एक आंदोलन चलाया था जिसमें कि लीकर को, हर तरह की शराब के बिकने पर, सेल करने पे बैन लगाया गया था, जिसके लिए डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द स्टेट और कंट्री से अलग अलग जगह पे आंदोलन भी हुए और कॉमन पीपल बल्कि बहुत सारी औरतों ने इस बात की डिमांड की कि इस शराब की बिक्री पर कम्प्लीटली बैन होना चाहिए। ओके।